What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ozzy Phill. They want you to feel so badly that you end up thinking that that's all you deserve. That's all you were made for. But it's not. And sometimes situations are taken out of your hand and you have no say whatsoever. Is it fair? Definitely not. Let me give you a little story time. It's about how I failed when I was in high school. I failed math class quite a few times. The first class ever. Algebra. Now, the first class I ever had, his name was I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm gonna give you letters for people out there that know me. You would understand. His name was Mr. T. Say that, Mr. T. And he was a very, I don't know, there was a lot of favoritism shown when work had to be done in the classroom. What I mean by that, this man, yes, he was of Spanish descent. And I wasn't. I was in the class. Majority of the kids, well, let's say 80% of the kids was of Spanish descent. I don't know what race. I'm not gonna say because I don't know. So, but the thing is that I didn't like that he favored the kids that spoke Spanish. What I mean by that is, if I asked him for help, this is what would happen. This is how I failed this class. If I asked him for help, the first thing he'll do is actually come help me. Then, Mr. T, Mr. T, and he'll stop what he's doing. Tell me, try to figure that out by yourself. Put my pencil down and leave my table without finishing helping me. And I'm like, yo, where you going? He's, I'll be right back. Did you hear what I said? I'll be right back. He walked away from me. And he started helping the other kids with Spanish descent. This happened every time I needed help. Because I was tired of not asking for help. I was saying, okay, I'm going to give into it. Let me ask for help. He leaves me. And then somebody else calls him. I say, you coming this way? He finally comes to me. But the same thing happens again. But luckily, this time he was done helping me. Because by the time he finished what he was going to say, I already got it in my head. But that was only one thing. It was kind of simple. At the time where I'm at now, yeah, it was kind of simple. Then he disappeared. Never saw him again. It's not that I got up and left his class, ever. I stayed in the class. Never cut his class. I stayed in. See, the thing is, I was failing even though. I'm like, you're not paying attention to me at all. I need help. And you think I'm only saying this about myself? Do you know how many people... Do you know how many other kids that is my race, besides just my race? You could be white. And he would not come and help you. He would. But trust me. Once one of them other Spanish kids say something in his language, he's gone. I called him racist. But now I think of it as favoritism. But favoritism and racist, they blend. So I said, okay. I failed that semester. Said time to move on. What I did was, moved on. Asked to get put into another class. I asked to get put into another class. So what happened in this class, bad luck for me, this is what they're going to do. I get into this lady's class. Now, I'm not going to say her name because I'm not supposed to. Respect. Her name was Miss C. Let's just say Miss C. For people out there that know me, you know exactly who Miss C is. Now, for the bad luck for me, see, I could say this is 75% her and 25% me. I was 25% wrong, and I'm going to explain to you why. When I entered her classroom, I was killing it. She was there, she was teaching, I was killing it. For 2 whole months, Then she tells us a week in advance that she's leaving. She's going to, let's see, get a knee surgery. You know what that means. I ain't gonna see you for a long time. Long time meaning I won't be seeing her till the next not next semester, next year. And even when the next year came, she wasn't there for like another 2 months, but I wasn't in her class to even know that. I just knew because I saw her, well, heard her around. So, now, she's gone, and they bring a substitute in. Now, I'm not focused. This is where the 25% me came in. Because I don't get 50-50, because that's not fair to me. I didn't get to learn in the other class. I come into this class, I'm killing it for 2 months. Grades higher than ever. I'm 90 plus. In the beginning, I was slacking off, but I brung it up. Boo boo boo. And when I started killing it, she left. And then I had a substitute teacher. This teacher knew a few things. See, when you hear substitute teacher, you hear let's be bad. So she was our substitute for about the rest of the year. And I didn't learn anything from her at all. She gives us pieces of paper and expects us to figure it out. See me? They told me. They said the only way to get past this, she said if you finish it, she'll try to grade it and then give you a grade for it. I said, no, it's not happening. What I want somebody to get up and teach me. But the only way I was able to learn, you would have to, the kids that actually passed the class was the kids that all they did was gossip with her all day. Everybody else that was sitting in the back, chilling, which was me, because all I was doing was sitting in the back, chilling, talking. But instead of not talking to her, she wasn't familiar with me, and I did not get a passing grade. I didn't get a 60, I got a 55. I didn't get a 55. Actually, my grade dropped from a 85 to a 70. And then when I was about to get past, whew, they gave me that 60 so fast. I didn't get the 55. I got 60. I ended with a 60. And I looked at the lady like, oh. And she was like, oh, you're in the class too? And I'm like, yes. I'm loud. So don't tell me you didn't see me in that classroom.
I'm loud, so don't tell me you didn't see me in that classroom.
It's just that I wasn't talking to her. Oh, it's not, oh, she's teaching us, so we have to talk to her. No, we're just gossiping in the class. That's all we were doing. Being real. Everybody. But if you wasn't talking to her, you didn't pass that class. The 3 kids that sat in the front talking to her were kids that don't really talk much. But, you know, she was just like them, so it's like they was talking together. So that is the 2 times I failed. Actually, I didn't fail 3 times. I passed the 3rd time, actually. But the fact that it took me 3 tries. I failed the test. Yeah, I actually failed the test 3 times. And by the end of my 2nd year, I passed. That's the worst feeling ever. Watching everybody. And then, what hurt me the most is the following year, I got put into trig, even though they made me skip geometry, but they put me into trig. Then, next thing I know, I'm sitting in there, I'm killing trig, I'm loving it. This is algebra 2, I'm passing it, going crazy. I'm in there, I'm killing it, I'm loving it. Everybody, I'm caught up to everybody, I'm happy. And then the teacher quiet them down, looked straight at me and said, you're in the wrong class. Even though I've been in that class for over a month, you're in the wrong class. You have to go to geometry. You know what I mean? People giggled and laughed. Was I upset? Yes. Very. Because of the situation. See, if I was doing it myself, there's no need for me to be upset. There was no need for me to be upset if I did it myself. Then at the end, I had to get put into like 1,000 special freaking classes just to get by. I was doing my thing in those classes, but what was pissing me off is that math and those 2 incidents put me in so far back. It tore me apart. I tried so hard to keep it up. And when I got to college, I got into a remedial class because I was behind. And after a while, I just didn't understand trig anymore, or algebra 2. I couldn't do it anymore. I'm so far behind. No one else had to deal with this. No one. Even the people that was failing class didn't have to deal with the hell I had to deal with. And it pisses me off. That's why I'm here talking to you guys. You want to hear more? I'm going to continue talking to you. You could talk back, no problem. I'll be here listening. I'm out. I'm going.